People online keep claiming that Travis Barker is a messy partner and an even messier family man, and some folks say he's been creating tension between Kourtney Kardashian and her famous crew. There are rumors that he never fully vibed with the Kardashian circle, and the feeling might be mutual. At first, everyone tried to keep it cool, but now people close to Kourtney are worried she's being pushed into situations she doesn't truly want, like her every move is being shaped by Travis's energy. Let's break down what people are talking about. A growing number of fans think Kourtney might be stuck in a relationship that feels toxic from the outside looking in, and they're pointing out a bunch of red flags. Some online posts even bring up old claims about Travis having a past attraction to Kim Kardashian, which still gets brought up in gossip threads today. And there are people saying he pushes Kourtney into over-the-top PDA moments, even when her kids have respectfully asked for more space. All handled in a normal, healthy way, since kids just want boundaries. Travis stepped into Kourtney's world with a lot of history behind him, and ever since then, their relationship has been the center of nonstop conversation. When Kourtney first got with Travis, a lot of people honestly thought she was stepping into a fresh chapter. She had looked stressed and drained for years, so everyone assumed this relationship was going to bring some real peace into her life. But now that she's back on the Kardashian show, folks online keep pointing out how unhappy she seems, like something heavy is going on between her and Travis behind the scenes. People keep asking why Kourtney started pulling away from her family and longtime friends, almost cutting off everybody who used to be in her daily circle. That shift alone has sparked even more rumors, because some claim the Kardashian crew never really warmed up to Travis, especially the version of Kourtney she became after getting with him. They say she picked up his whole vibe and switched her image overnight, which threw everyone off. And the PDA? People joke that it's so extreme it looks like a non-stop performance. According to online comments, Travis always needs to be kissing or grabbing onto Kourtney in public, and even fans say it looks wild on camera. Plus, the Kardashians have years of loyalty to Scott Disick. He's been a part of the family since day one, and he doesn't have much of his own family to lean on. But once Travis stepped in, he didn't seem too comfortable with Scott still being around, and that made things tense. Folks claim Travis gave off an energy that made Scott feel out of place whenever he tried to be around the family. People online kept saying Travis used all that over-the-top PDA as a way to push Scott out of the picture, like it was his public signal that Kourtney was fully with him now. The nonstop kissing and grabbing in front of everyone made it clear he wasn't playing around, and it definitely pushed Scott to keep his distance from the Kardashian circle. When the Kardashian show switched from E! To Hulu, that's when Travis started getting folded into the storyline, and fans noticed Kourtney wasn't thrilled that Scott still had such a big presence in season 1. Scott opened up about how hard it was seeing Kourtney and Travis together, and that annoyed Kourtney so much that by season 2, Scott was nearly invisible. But then things took a turn. People said it looked like the producers stopped putting Travis front and center because suddenly Scott was welcomed back for season 3, and he even secured a $2 million check from Kris Jenner. Kris posted loud and clear on social media that Scott would never be pushed out, saying, "He's the father of my grandchildren and a special part of our family. We love him," shutting down any rumors that he was getting cut off. And you already know this stirred things up. A lot of fans believe Kourtney was heated seeing Scott return for season 3, especially since she wanted the spotlight to stay on her and Travis.
Kourtney and Travis are still together.
I have no clue what the producers were aiming for, but every scene with Travis, Scott, and Kourtney together ended up looking tense and awkward on camera. You can literally feel the discomfort through the screen, and a lot of viewers say Travis comes off super insecure whenever Scott is around, like he sees him as a threat, even though Kourtney has been done with Scott for years. Kourtney moved on emotionally long before that breakup ever became official, so the idea that Scott is still competition doesn't even make sense, yet the energy in those scenes says otherwise. According to one source that keeps getting quoted online, Travis's whole plan to push Scott out didn't just fail, it blew up completely. Now he supposedly sees that the Kardashian family's loyalty leans heavily towards Scott, and Kourtney and Scott's kids stayed close to their dad in a normal and healthy way, so they naturally support him whenever there's tension. And with all that going on, people claim Travis wasn't winning the influence he thought he would. This same report says once Travis entered the picture, Kourtney slowly started pulling away from people she used to be close with, almost like she began discarding parts of her old life without even realizing it. People online say things have only gotten worse to the point where Kourtney barely seems interested in keeping up with anyone from her old circle anymore. She hardly talks to Khloe or Kim unless the cameras are rolling, and when they do interact, it looks stiff, forced, almost like they're coworkers just trying to get through a shift together. Fans also noticed that Kourtney quietly cut off a bunch of her longtime friends, the same girls she grew up with and treated like sisters for years. An insider claimed Kourtney and those women were inseparable their whole lives, but now she barely replies to their calls or texts, which shocked a lot of people who watched their friendship play out for so long. She used to post photos with them non-stop, always out at clubs, bars, and events in Los Angeles and Vegas, showing how tight they all were. The rest of the group is still close with different members of the Kardashian family, but when it comes to Travis, none of Kourtney's old friends vibe with him, and most of them barely speak to Kourtney since the relationship started. And then there's this quote floating around everywhere. Feel better. She doesn't know any of that information. Something people bring up trying to explain how disconnected things have become.
Khloe is usually seen as the calm, reasonable sister, and most people agree with that. But even with her being the peacemaker, things between her and Kourtney still look rough, and Kourtney keeps staying off to herself like she doesn't want to deal with any of it. Their tension goes back a couple of years, all because Kim pulled Khloe into the middle of their drama. Khloe ended up siding with Kim, and even though Kim and Kourtney seem to be getting along better now, Khloe and Kourtney still haven't fixed things. A source online even said Khloe staying super close with Scott hasn't helped the situation at all. She still calls him her brother-in-law, and she's never really built any kind of connection with Travis Barker, which only adds more stress between her and Kourtney. Khloe has also talked about how she and Kylie used to be inseparable, but now Kylie is deep into her own world with Timothy and living her life. Kendall is wrapped up in her own lane too, keeping her distance from the family drama and not talking much with Kourtney either. At this point, Kim feels like the only sibling Khloe consistently hangs with, and that makes the whole family dynamic look even more fractured. Kim stays booked and busy non-stop, and Khloe looks like she's trying to hold everything together solo, which honestly makes people feel bad for her. But shifting back to Kourtney, she has been distancing herself from the family in ways that feel cold, and people online say her approach comes off sharp and bitter at times. She's been skipping her sisters on major life moments, and the biggest example was when she and Travis announced baby Rocky to the world. The Kardashians found out at the exact same moment the public did, and sources say Kris genuinely thought she was being pranked when she saw the announcement. Imagine finding out your oldest daughter is pregnant from the internet? It shook the whole family. Then there was that episode that had the internet going wild, where Travis got hit with a wave of backlash after viewers said he was acting way too controlling toward Kourtney during a 5K run. Travis wanted them to run the entire race holding hands, even though Kourtney kept saying she wasn't ready for something that intense yet, especially since she was still breastfeeding baby Rocky. Kourtney kept reminding him she hadn't trained for a real run. She was doing quick 1 to 2 minute intervals, nothing close to a full race. But as soon as the 5K started, she had to speak up again, saying, "Babe, are you kidding?" because she could tell he wasn't listening to what she was actually saying. People online called that moment a huge red flag, saying it didn't look romantic at all, it looked controlling. Some viewers said he was being possessive, others said he acted like a straight-up bully during the scene, refusing to adjust or hear her out for even a second. We're switching lanes again because we need to talk about Kris Jenner's birthday party, and this moment has been blowing up online. A photo from the event went viral instantly, and everyone noticed the same thing. Every single person in the pic is smiling for the cameras. Even Kris and Kim are putting on their best smiles, no matter how much work people say they've had done. But Kourtney, her expression had the whole internet talking.
Everyone online is talking about how Kourtney Kardashian has lost her spark, and honestly, I see it. Exhibit A. There is a picture of all of the Kardashian sisters at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party. Everyone looks like their version of happy. Sad for Kourtney. People are saying she looks different, like she's holding heavy energy. She looks disconnected. She looks unhappy. She looks miserable. Could be styling choice. Some people are saying that it's just not her color palette, but then they're pointing to this. Exhibit B. Look how happy she was when she dated that French guy, frolicking.
Now let's get into the topic everyone keeps dragging back up, the Travis and Kim cheating scandal that refuses to die online. This rumor has been floating around for years, and it always pops back up whenever the family hits a rough patch. Even though nothing has ever been proven, people keep digging it up because the story is messy, dramatic, and fans swear the energy between everyone still feels weird whenever it's mentioned. The whole thing started from old comments Travis made in his memoir, where he talked about finding Kim attractive back in the day, way before he and Kourtney ever
ever got together. And even though he never said anything happened, the internet twisted that into a full-on cheating storyline. Every few months, someone posts a new theory, and suddenly social media is acting like they cracked the biggest secret in Hollywood. What made things even louder was how fans claimed they noticed tension between Kim and Kourtney long before the sisters ever admitted they were fighting. People online started connecting dots, saying this old rumor played a role in their arguments, even though neither sister has ever confirmed that. Still, the gossip kept spreading, and the internet treated it like a plot twist in a soap opera. And whenever Travis shows up around Kim, fans start analyzing every glance, every side-eye, every tiny moment like they're decoding hidden messages. People swear Kourtney watches those interactions with extra intensity, and they turn it into another round of speculation. Again, nothing has ever been proven, it's all just what people online claim they see, but the rumor absolutely refuses to go away. And every time the family has drama, this cheating storyline comes crawling right back into the spotlight. To wrap this up, we have to talk about what Travis's ex-wife said, because her confession is still making waves online. She came out years ago saying Travis wasn't faithful during their marriage, and now people are bringing those comments back, claiming it explains all the drama we see it today. She said he had a pattern of stepping out and acting shady, and now fans online are saying it's no shock that Kourtney might be feeling that same tension now. According to her, the signs were always there: the secretive behavior, the sudden mood swings, the way he'd get super possessive out of nowhere. She said that living with him felt unpredictable, and now viewers are swearing they're seeing that same energy show up in Kourtney's world. It's got the internet saying things like, if he did it before, he'll do it again, even though none of this has been confirmed, and it's all coming from what people claim she shared. And the wild part? Fans keep comparing old interviews, old posts, old comments, matching them to what's happening now like they're solving a case. It's turned into a whole timeline online, and people are acting like Kourtney walked right into a situation his ex warned everyone about. Again, all rumors, but the conversation hasn't slowed down one bit. At this point, the internet is split. Some think Kourtney's just dealing with growing pains in the relationship, while others believe his ex-confession says it all. Either way, the drama between Travis, his past, and Kourtney's present is only getting louder. If you're still here, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment with your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next video.
How does it make you feel whenever they did take to like public platforms and kind of talk shit about how you didn't raise them and stuff like that? Were you guys
I feel at the time when Travis got with Kourtney, there was like some parental alienation going on there, where Travis, even when we weren't together, always wanted to be the super dad. I'm the best parent, I'm the this and that. And I'm like, bro, you win. Like, you're the winner here. Like, you have all the money, you have all the this, like you're the winner. But I think, you know, when the first came around, they were enamored just as like young kids would be enamored by them. And I think there was a lot of glitter and fame, and you know, they watched them on TV, and now their dad's dating one and they're gonna be on the show, and you know, and I think they got caught up in that, you know, which young kids would do.
Yeah,
and you know,
absolutely.
they're buying them Prada and they're buying them gifts and they're going to these events and they're meeting Kanye and they're, you know, all this big stuff. And I can't give them that. I don't have that. I don't have access to that. I don't have the money to do that. I can't buy you guys Prada every, you know, other week and stuff. I can't do it. And my house isn't a mansion like Travis. I don't have a movie theater. I don't have golf carts for your kids to drive
He's fun
around.
dad.
Yeah,